Welcome back. So glad that you've joined me today. As you might notice, I'm in a different location today. And there's a little bit of a reason for that, with being on the road here and there, with going to many different places. But at the same time, how often do we think about the places that we go and the destinations that happen to be ahead of us or behind us or continually following us? Isn't that what happens with history? The past, the present, the future, everything is constantly following us, but we don't really stop anymore to take a true account of what happened, why it happened, and the true events that happened in certain circumstances. What would happen if we actually did that? Would that change how we're looking at each other? Would that change how we do things day to day? Or would how we do everything in life just continue to be business as normal, and really we don't allow what has happened and what will happen to change our lives? We can look through history and we can see that there have been so many events that have changed our lives, changed our world dramatically. Right now, we've seen how COVID has changed how we do a lot of things. Even 20 years ago, the very concept of going to a restaurant and knowing that your coffee was hot was just a normal thing. But then because someone spilled it on themselves, all of a sudden we have to have labels to make sure that people aren't doing things or thinking other things when doing whatever. Many times we don't even want to touching subjects like injustice, discrimination, racism, how there's always been racial factions. Since the very inception of time on this world, we've had problems. Even when people look the same, people have problems with people. Now, I'll be the first to say that I don't have a solution to what should be or what shouldn't be. But I am thankful for this, that no matter what is going on, God is our solution. It's time for us to sit down, to talk, and to realize that if we're not able to live together here and now, we're not going to be living together in eternity. God has a reason for what He takes us through on these journeys that we're going on. Our journey of life was never supposed to be one that was alone. We're supposed to be traveling united together, hand in hand, arm in arm, fighting the good fight, side by side. But somehow that changed a long, long time ago. Now we can't put a date to it, because none of us really know when that happened. But slavery, racism, prejudice, you say the word, it's been, and it will always be. There is never a reason for why they should be in existence. But they are, and we need to work together to make sure that those are not part of us or part of our communities. God made us each so diverse so that we would be able to form a community to come and be united together in His name, showing others who He is. And my favorite thing about all of this is the fact that He is our best friend. Shouldn't that be the thing that unites us all continually? Today's verse that we're looking at comes to us from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, in verse 31, and it says, "Whether then you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God." Now that's a good reminder right there, isn't it? Whether we're sitting down for a meal, whether we're doing work, whether we're going out and working together to be unified in every single thing that we do, continue to give God the glory. Because it's not our story, is it? This life that we're living is all about Him. Now that's something that we need to remember. That's something that we need to bank on. Let us continue to go out to work for unity, remembering that when God creates us all to be united, because in Him we are all equal. There is no differences. He creates us looking different because that brings a symphony of praise to His orchestra, that we're part of those notes. May we go out into the rest of this week remembering that when God does something, He does it for a purpose. Thank you for joining me again today, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.